Good morning. It's Friday and it's chilly in Southern California. Ooh, God, it's chilly. I know you guys are in the Midwest and back east are probably laughing, saying, oh my God, that's balmy. So it's less than 60 here this morning. For some reason, the classroom is extra cold. I'm really freezing. So excuse my jacket, but I'm not going to take it off. It's too cold. So today we are going to demo the invisible zipper foot. So a lot of us are intimidated by zippers and maybe especially intimidated by the invisible zipper foot, but no need to be. Gosh, we got lots of friends. We got Louise, Janet, Liz, Fancy Pants, Joanne, Laurel, Karen, Connie. I think I missed a few. Let's see if I can scroll up and see who I missed. Oh, and Lynn. Hey, Lynn. So, and Mickey. I think I grabbed Mickey before. So as I said, we are going, and Betty and Pam and Karen, we're going to demo the invisible zipper foot. But you know what? I forgot one little tool I need. So hang on, I'll be right back. I forgot straight pins. Hang on. I don't normally use straight pins, so that's probably why I forgot them. Hang on. Okay. Sorry about that. I am back. So today I'm sewing on the sweet. Hey, Lainey, I am Mary. I'm sewing on the sweet little Bernina 475 machine. It's sewing only. It is a 5mm machine. Very nice machine. So as I said, we're going to demo the invisible zipper foot. So let me get a little organized here. Let me change my camera for you. Let's talk about the anatomy. Let me see if I get, there we go. The anatomy of an invisible zipper foot. So the invisible zipper foot, and they're basically all the same no matter what brand you have. But it's got two little grooves in the bottom of it. There, that's a good picture of it. And what you do is you're going to put the zipper right sides. Yes, Laurel, all the Bernina feet fit on this 475. The only thing is it does not have the built-in walking foot, so it won't take D feet. So what you do is you put the zipper, so the zipper's wrong side up because you're going to put it right side against your fabric, and you're going to take the groove of the zipper. So it's hard for me to do this in the air. You're going to fit the groove of the zipper, and when it's on the machine it actually does very well. Oh, my hands are all the way. See, the groove of the zipper is in that foot, and then it'll just ride along. You don't have to move your needle position. It's going to be in the center, and it's going to sew very close to that zipper tape. So the demo I'm going to start out with is as if we're going to put it in a garment. So here's our invisible zipper. My hands are always in the way. Invisible zipper, and it's going down. See, it practically is invisible. The only thing that shows really is the zipper pull. So, and I didn't iron this fabric, so if I ironed it, the seam would lay flatter and you wouldn't really see it. So it is, like I said, I think these zippers are easier to install. Yeah, the Tula fabric, we still have it. The zippers are easier to install than a regular zipper. So let's get going with our demo. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put our fabrics right sides together, and we're gonna make a seam. I hope you guys can see that okay. So we're gonna make a seam like it's the seam of the garment. So up here I'm going to just leave this as it is, because if you're doing a facing, it'll get captured. So I'm going to actually bring my seam up. I'm just kind of measuring the zipper to see where I want my seam. So I think I will start my seam right here. Right there. So I'm going to just sew from here down, and that'll be my seam. And then we'll get into doing the zipper. I don't have my, so let me put my camera back up to the machine. So I'm going to start out with the general purpose foot. Boy, I'm so organized today. There's a scissor. Actually, there's a thread cutter here on the side of the machine. So, and I'm just using some yellow threads. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. I'm gonna just use some pale yellow thread. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so let's sew our regular seam. Let's sew it with like a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So on this machine bed, you probably can't see it very well, but there are markings on the needle plate. So I'm going to do a 1/2 inch seam allowance. We of course aren't going to run over our pin. I'm starting out with the back stitching. Take the pin out. Sorry for my nose. It's cold. And there we go. There's our regular seam.
Our heater gets fixed on Tuesday, Lynn.
Yeah, this machine has a thread cutter, which is very nice. So Slim was just telling me the heater gets fixed on Tuesday. Then guess what? We'll have a heat wave.
Well, that's, you know what? So the last time.
I don't mean to be negative, Nellie.
No, but that's exactly what happened last time. So the guy comes in and he says, well, your AC works, but the heater doesn't. And I said, well, actually, we needed the heater. But okay, so now he's coming on Tuesday for the heater, which is all one unit, but now next week we're going to need the AC because it's going to be hot.
Warm.
So there we go.
And we want to get this all fixed up because guess what? Pretty soon we're going to start in-person classes. It's so exciting. So you can see a little bit of the bed, but I'm going to move my camera back down again. So what you're going to do, now this is where an invisible zipper might seem a little weird. Here's the right side of the fabric. Now normally, when you sew on a zipper, you would sew it such that the zipper coil was close to the edge, right? Well, this time, got squeaky voice there. This time, the zipper, you're putting the zipper right sides together with the fabric, but the coil is facing away from the seam. So we are going to pin this on, and like I said, normally I don't pin, but with this application we're going to pin, and I'm going to pin it because I'm going to sew this way, so I'm going to pin it so I can pull the pins out like this. And I know it's kind of hard, my hands are kind of in the way. So we're going to pin it out. I'm pinning my fingers.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Don't get blood
No
on
blood allowed in here.
No blood on the fabric. That's why Selima likes red fabric, maybe, because the blood
Maybe,
doesn't
right?
show.
The blood won't show up if I make a mistake.
So Selima and I are both sniffling.
Oh, goodness. I'm double layered. Like, I have 2 sweaters on.
Yeah, Selima's all bundled up. Now, once we get moving, we'll be okay.
We'll be fine.
So, once again, right sides of the zipper to right side of the fabric. Yeah. Once again, I'm pinning it. And I'm going to put my invisible zipper foot on. Now, when you could, Crystal, you could do that. So, what was I gonna say? I got distracted by comments. All right, here we go. Got it on. So, I forgot what I was gonna say. So what we want to do is, normally with the zipper foot, you would change your needle position depending on which side of the zipper you're sewing. But with the invisible zipper foot, we are going to change the side of the coil. So see, I don't want to put it in the left, because then, if you can see that, I don't want to put it in this left coil side, because then my needle's going to hit off the zipper. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put that coil in the right side, and my needle will hit to the right of to the left of the zipper. So we're going to put our foot down, and we're just going to kind of wiggle it in there. Make sure when I sew that it's in there. So I'm sewing with just a regular straight stitch at a 2.5 length. Once again, I'm going to back stitch first. And I'm sewing all the way to the head of the zipper tape. Everybody's comparing what the temperature is.
I know.
It's like, who needs to watch Channel 7 weather? We got our own weather people right
That's
here.
right. That's right.
Okay, I just removed the pin. So I'm just trying to make sure that that zipper coil is staying in that foot.
Yesterday, my older son was so so cold, he couldn't even get out of bed. He was so late to school.
Oh.
Because he couldn't get out of bed. He's like, Mom, I can't get out of bed.
It's like it's so cold.
And then he was so late, he was going to go to school in his pajamas. I'm like, no, you're not.
No. Well, at least he wasn't a girl who had to put on all her makeup.
I know, right?
That's one thing guys have an advantage, right?
Oh my God, where Laurel is, it was 35 degrees. Oh my God.
Oh, it's 20 in Oklahoma. It's expected to get colder. Oh. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to sew as far as we can. So I'm at the zipper pull. So I'm going to have to back stitch right here. And this is, we'll show you how to finish up the zipper. I'm going to cut my thread. Oh, I was looking for the knee lift.
Oh, sorry, I should have set that up right.
That's
how
okay.
You like your knee lift.
I know, I love a knee lift. So when this is done, this is going to flip over like that. So now we're going to do the other side of the zipper. So let me bring the camera down again. Down. And once again, the right side of the zipper is to the right side of the fabric. See, you know what? I think I did it wrong. I did do it wrong. I sewed the wrong side of the zipper to the fabric. That's okay, let's just pretend. Let's sew it this way. We're going to sew a tube instead. I should have sewed, so I sewed the left side of the zipper to the right of the fabric. This should have been on this side. That's okay. We're going to make it work. We're going to just sew a tube. All right, so I'm going to put my zipper on here and pin it. See what
If
happens?
it's too cold, you can't think.
See what happens when I talk too much and I don't pay attention?
No, I think you're just too cold. You can't think when you're cold.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, look, Mary Jane said brain freeze. Yeah, because it's too cold.
Exactly.
You're frozen.
But this is kind of cool. This will make a little tube bag. We always make things work.
Yes, we do.
And
Well, you do for sure.
I don't want to take it apart and redo it. So we're not doing that. All right. Let's go back to here. We don't need to do that on live TV. We've got an example of what a garment looks like anyway. So now we want to sew the left side. So we are going to put the zipper coil in the left side. And we are going to go ahead and zip this up. We will fix this when we're off camera, so I don't waste the zipper. All right, so there's my zipper in the coil. And then just sew straight down. This is so slick and easy. I don't know why we let these zippers intimidate us. And I think the new, in the back in the day, and I don't know if they still, I don't think they do this anymore, but they used to come with, the zipper came with a foot. But I think the sewing machine manufacturer zippers are a lot better. I mean, the zipper foot is a lot better than the ones that used to come back in the day. So here we are. Now what we will do is I'm going to put on my regular zipper foot now. And what I want to do is, so you don't want to sew, if this were a garment, you wouldn't want to sew it like that, because that defeats the purpose of the invisible zipper, because you'd see that stitching from the front. So you want to keep that seam open and flat. And now we're going to stitch from here down with a regular zipper foot so that we can finish off the zipper. So I'm going to put my regular zipper foot on. Now with the regular zipper foot, you have to change needle positions. And you can't see it. Here we go. There we are. So with the regular, let me get it on there. Now right now my needle's in the center position and I would break my needle. So I'm going to move it, I think I moved it, yeah, -5 to the left. So I'm going to put it, the seam is open. I'm going to put my my foot down and go ahead and finish this off. Now I'm not going to sew across here, I'm going to just sew to the end. Because if it were in the garment, it's already going to be in the seam, so it won't show. So we're going to just sew there. Oh, it's 4 degrees in Colorado. Oof. Us California wussies can't handle that.
No, we can't.
And now I'm going to sew the other side. I'm going to start at the bottom this time. My needle's still in the left position. So when you're sewing a garment, pay attention. Don't do what I did. So we make these mistakes because that way you guys learn better, right? That's it. All right, here we go. So now the zipper is in and it's sewn at the end. And I'm going to turn my tube right side out just so you can see the zipper. I could just cut this other fabric off, but this could make a little pencil roll. There you go. I meant to do that. All right, there's our zipper all installed. Now we'll zip it closed.
Wow, look at that. It's totally invisible.
There we go.
I love it.
So that's that. So actually this is kind of a segue into, I made a little zipper bag with the invisible zipper. So if you were doing a bag like this, you would take your zipper, you would take your zipper and you want your zipper pull on the left, so you would pay attention to that. And this fabric's directional, so I want to pay attention to that. We can go ahead and sew this on. And open the zipper up. Remember, right side of zipper to the right side of the fabric. Let's just pin this again. Almost lost my pin thing. Slid it off the table. So I'm just going to pin this on here. This is a good little way to use up some scrap fabric, right? All right, there we are. So now, let me put my zipper foot. I'm going to hit clear on my machine. So the so the needle goes back to the middle position because I don't want to break a needle. All right, so I'm looking at how my fabric is. Let's see, am I doing this right again? So this will be on the left. Guess what, this one doesn't really matter. Since it's a bag, there's no seam, so. All right. Oh, I gotta change my camera. Sorry. You're getting all my fingers all today. There we go. Yeah, cute fabric, huh? All right, so my groove, the right side is, I'm on the right side, because remember, I want my needle to be the right as zipper. I think this was the hardest thing for me to remember about the invisible zipper was to put it in the right groove, because I was like, oh no, I have to move my needle because it's not in the right position. That's because I have the wrong groove. And then that the zipper tape goes to the right of the fabric. I mean, to the zipper tape is going to the left of the seam. Here we go. Ouch. Once we get in the groove, we'll just, you know what? Wait a minute. This is not right. Must not be in the groove. Oh. There we go. You know what? I had it in the wrong groove.
Speaking of grooves.
Oh my God.
Speaking of grooves.
Oh my God. Yes, you can use it on bag projects also. You know where I really like it? So see the seam wasn't going in the right place, and that's because I had it in the wrong groove. What was I going to say? Oh, I like to use it in pillows, like decorative pillows or a couch. And you can move the needle position, like if you think that you're not close enough to the zipper, you're too close to the zipper, you can move the needle position a little bit, like 1 or 2 ticks. All right, there we go. Ta-da! So now I'm going to change it. This is if it were a bag. That's what we're pretending we're making now. The world of pretend. So once again, I'm going to pin down my zipper tape. And you could, I'll show you, I'm not going to like construct the whole bag, but I'll show you what you would do. We'll pretend. I love pretend. And I'm pinning it the wrong way. It doesn't really matter. I just like the pins so that I can pull the heads out as I'm sewing. And here I go. Wrong way. So you guys looking forward to in-store classes again? Of course, we aren't going to forget about our out-of-towners. We're still going to do Zooming. We will still Zoom. All right, there we go. Pinned in place. Let's move the camera again. So have you guys used the invisible zipper foot before? Have you ever used it? It's a fabulous tool.
I like the idea of putting it on the back of pillows.
Yes, because that way it's not like sticking out. And,
Right.
and you know what? You can get away with using zippers that don't exactly match because they aren't, in theory, going to show, right? So, speaking of that, so I like to put the zipper in before I construct the pillow. And like here, I like to put the zipper in before I do like the side seams and all that.
Louise, I bought it.
Yeah, you know what, Louise? I'm with you there. I have lots of feet I bought. So, but hopefully we'll do some for other feet demos. You know, if you guys have requests. Yeah, it does make a professional looking garment. If you have other requests that you would like to see us do on Friday Funday, or let's say some foot demos, let us know, okay? We're always open to suggestions. So I'm going to put on my regular zipper foot. And again, I'm going to remember to... So I have kind of a funny story. A customer came in with a sewing machine and she said, I don't know what's happening. The needles keep breaking. I've broken like 3 needles. I just don't know what's happening. And so I was asking her all these questions. And then Beto came out and just happened to walk by. He goes, you have your foot on backwards. Like, oh, I didn't even see it. Yeah, it was on backwards. So fancy pants. I remember when visible zippers first came out. It was, yeah, but remember, so it used to have that foot that came with the zipper, and you had the.
It's like a plastic foot.
Yeah, and you had to press the zipper open, and it was kind of hard to press the zipper open with these coils. Oh, you want to see the circle attachment for the baby lock and brother? Okay, we did do a circle attachment, but not specifically for baby lock and brother. So I'm going to close my zipper a little bit so I can get to there. Remember, my seams are lying flat to finish up this zipper. And my needle is in my left position. There we go. We love suggestions. Now, let's go down here. Yeah, that plastic zipper foot. All right, here we go. We're going to close up the zipper.
Oh, wow.
Now,
look at that, Lynn.
Now, if we were actually in real life making a bag, we would probably have our lining and we'd fuse our batting to it or sew in batting. But then what we would do is we would take our lining and we would sew it here and we would follow this seam line. So I would pin it and then sew it here, following the seam line that I originally sewed right there. It's kind of hard to, right there, I would follow this seam line. Now I do that for both sides. So then you would end up with something that looked like this. This would be sewn here and it'd be sewn like that. And then what you would do is, like any other bag, this would be sewn on this side. You would bring your lining together and you would bring your bag together and it'd be something like this. You'd have the 2 sides like this. And you would leave an opening in your lining and a little opening to turn it. And you would sew all the way around, and you would have your zipper open so that you could turn the bag through the zipper. Is that as clear as mud?
That sounds pretty easy, actually.
So, yeah, so here we are. We have our garment, the fringe foot. Oh, that's an interesting one. So here's what a garment would look like. And then the zipper.
I did a ducky out of fringe years ago before embroidery.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That one sample?
So this is what the garment would look like. Your garment seam would be here, and the zipper would be installed and continue up. We still have some of this tula, I believe. Everybody's loving the tula.
I know.
So there's your seam there. And then this would be what your little constructed zipper bag would look like. So I have it so it's lined. And that's it. What do you guys think? Do you have any other questions? Here, let me go front facing again. There we go. I'm back. So I survived. Few little glitzes, but we make it work, right? That's what it's all about. Make it work. So do you have any questions about the invisible zipper foot on the Solaris? I haven't tried out the built-in patterns to use yarn. I have seen it demonstrated, but it's been a long time. So I was thinking about when I was driving in about different feet we could do, and I was thinking about cording feet. Oh, the binding tool. There you go. I have to practice the binding tool for Baby Lock and Brother. Bernina's binding tool is a lot different than the other brands, so I would have to practice that. If you guys know, I have switched over to Solaris, which I love. I haven't done a lot of sewing on it yet, but because I usually sew on the Bernina, and I was a Bernina person before. But I need to practice on use my Solaris. You should use your machine for both things, because I guess it's different gears or whatever. So they recommend don't just use it for embroidery, use it for sewing too. So I'll have to get to that. And so the binding tool on the Baby Lock and Brother, I believe, is all in one piece versus the binding tool on the Bernina. You have a separate foot and a separate part that comes out from the side where you feed the fabric in. So I'll have to practice on that. But that's about the only foot that's different on the Bernina than the other brands. Basically, your invisible zipper foot on all the brands is going to be the same. Your circular attachment. With a circular attachment, you're attaching it to the bed of the machine, and you're pinning your fabric to it, and it's moving. So that basically works the same. And the cording feet will work the same. So, but it'll be fun. Maybe we should just, Berninas are good for heavy fabric. That's true. Pearl and piping. That sounds good. Yeah, that's so funny, Laurel, that you mentioned, because I was doing some cleanup and I found a bunch of cording. Not thick, but fine. And I thought, we should demo that. So, anyway, my friends, I think that's about it. Selima, do you have anything you want to add?
No, that's it. Great demo, Lynn. Thank you.
All right, everybody. So Selima has posted the invisible zipper feet on her app. All right, everyone, you take care. You have a great weekend.
Stay warm.
Stay warm.
Stay warm.
Yeah, if I had a fireplace, I'd have a fire in it. All right, everyone. Thanks, Gloria. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Birdie. Doris, thanks. Mickey, thanks. You guys all take care. Thanks, Jeannie. We will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Last one. All the way to the right. Last row. Yep. All the way. That's it. Bottom.